There we are. Let's see if that works. If you are just joining us, my name is Felicia Cravens, otherwise known as Something Fishy, and I am the creator of the Unfakery page. Unfakery is the place where I try to get all the fakery that I can find and expose it every place that I can. It's a difficult thing to do because a lot of people just ignore it. They let it go because it's not important, because they don't fall for those sort of things. But I started looking at all the places that I saw fakery and how much of it was centered on Facebook, where a lot of my audience and a lot of my interaction is. So I wanted to see what I could find, see what I could document, see what I could learn. I have learned an astonishing amount of craziness in the fakery industry. And it is an industry. It really is. People are making money doing this. And so what I wanted to do was take the tools that I learned and show them to other people. Maybe I wouldn't feel so alone. Maybe other people could see what I'm seeing and maybe spread the word, maybe help other people that fall for fakery, or that are prime targets of fakery. Maybe that can help them become a little more savvy. So one of the things I want to show tonight is how some of these things tie together, how fakery kind of gets this spread, this reach. It's by accident that I even found this. I was looking at different groups, that different Facebook profiles that I had been tracking that I suspected were fake, where those profiles were posting. And so I ended up here looking at this group, Trump 2020, Trump supporters 2020. So we're going to walk through this page a little bit at a time, look at some of the posts, and then I'm going to show you some other pages and some other groups that are connected and some profiles that are behind it. And when you see that, I think you'll start to see what is going on with this particular batch, this particular bundle. You'll be able to see who's pulling the strings, what kind of manipulation they're doing, and where they're coming from. So buckle in, as I've said, you're going to need to. So this is, again, the Trump Supporters 2020 page. And it's group. And it says group by News Donald Trump, which is a page. And it's got 11,000 likes. And another page, Hannity's Fans Official, with 5,900 likes. So those two pages are moderators here, and we'll come back to that. But let's look at the content for now. We start with a article from webviners.com, and it's Hillary and Juanita Broderick. That would be very baity. 157 reactions, 68 comments, 29 shares. A lot of people want to weigh in on that. Okay, so newsdonaldtrumps.com. And that's actually, remember, the name of one of the pages. So they're using this group to spread that content from that website. So Hannity Fans Official shared one about, are you a fan of Sarah Sanders? And then a newsdonaldtrumps.com page, website link. 407 reactions, 122 comments, 41 shares. This is getting traffic. Next, News Donald Trump shared in this page. Do you believe Oprah is racist? That's got a lot of engagement. 462 reactions, 631 comments, and 70 shares. That's really baity. Let's see. Hannity Fans Official, White House, all hell breaks loose as Trump uncovers Obama's covert order to agents to take out his entire family. Are you kidding me? All right. 62 reactions, 9 comments, 13 shares, and it's posted at newsdonaldtrumps.com. So are you seeing the pattern here? This page, this group page, is devoted to sharing that content from that site. All right, so who wants to see this become a reality? That is from Support US page. That may have ties to this page, not sure, but it was very highly reactive. Here's one, Ivanka Trump page post here, just a picture, I guess, interesting. And here we are again at newsdonaldtrumps.com with Celine Dion. Let's see, another newsdonaldtrumps.com over Robert Redford. More celebrity quotes that are very likely untrue. That's our first rule when we see a celebrity quote, is to immediately doubt it and try to get verification. Because groups like this post crap like that. And here's another one. Would you support Trump if he arrests all sanctuary cities leaders? Not even a possessive. Let's see, that video. 1.8 thousand reactions and 392 shares. These guys know what they're doing. Another News Donald Trump article and another News Donald Trump's article. Okay, so we've established what this page, what this group, this public group is for. It is for pushing content from News Donald Trump into that website, into this place. So let's look at who's running it. When we look at who's running it, we see those pages come up. So we have Hannity Fans Official. We have the News Donald Trump page. We have this guy from Los Angeles. He's engaged to this woman named Blurina. Let's keep that in mind. And this guy with this impossible to pronounce for the West name, who works at Google AdSense. Okay, so those are our moderators here. And nothing too strange about that. There's 34,000 members. Look how many posts per day in this group. 159. And 36,000 members. That's a lot of people that they're speaking to. Okay. So now we've looked at them. I found connected another page. This is the Sean Hannity Fans group. The Sean Hannity Fans group is also produced by News Donald Trump and two other pages, Hannity Fans Official and Conservative Today, it says. And let's look at the content that they have on their wall. Let's see, Trump cabinet post. Here's that, nope, it's the same image, but a different title. Trump just dropped bad news on every anti-gun marcher today. Okay. What else is there? There's a name to tackle. I couldn't even begin to pronounce that. Let's see. Oh, check this language. Do you agree Donald J. Trump's? His what? It doesn't say. Yes or no, what do you think? And then it's just this recurring video. Trump says Hillary Clinton needs to be prosecuted. Okay, well, again, bait. Let's keep going. More videos like that from Trump cabinet. Let's see, Hannity, Lily Megan. We'll get to all these people. Betty, Yana Kieva, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, Guns Don't Kill People, Gun Owners of America. So different people sharing different things in this. This group is a little bit more diverse in what it's posting than the first one we looked at, even though it's run by the same people. I think, let's verify that when we look down here at who the administrators are. Conservative Today, Hannity Fans Official, we looked at this before, News Donald Trump, and let's see, oh, that guy again. Remember, we saw him before. And then Blurina. We actually have Blurina as a moderator on here. And someone else who lives in Podjeva, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Serbia. And this one who is also Podjeva. And this one who studied in Pristina. Okay, lives in Los Angeles, maybe, maybe not, but we have Kosovo ties. And this one who doesn't even have a name put up there, or a picture put up there. So we've seen the same people are running these two pages, Trump Supporters 2020 and Sean Hannity Fans. So The content may be a little different, but the moderators are the same. And then I found this one, also run by News Donald Trump page and two other page, which is Hannity Fans Official and Conservative Today. This is a closed group. This is a closed group, meaning you can't get into it to post unless you are a member. Can't see what they post there either. There's no way to see what's there. But moderators, we looked at it again, Conservative Today, the Hannity's Fans Official, the News Donald Trump, and Blurina's back, and so is this person, and these guys from Podieva, and this one who has no identifying information right there, this guy who lives in Podieva, and this guy studied at University of Delhi. Okay, so I haven't seen anybody in here with any kind of Anglican name and call me a racist, whatever you'd like, or, bigoted or whatever. But it's just really interesting. The people who are posting these things in these groups are not typically centered in or living in or from the United States. And if you were trying to deal with people who were Trump fans, you would obviously find Trump fans, Hannity fans, who were from America, who were living here, born here, etc. So this is already smelling pretty crazy. Then this group, MAGA, and they are News Donald Trump and Hannity Fans Official as the moderators. And again, we have as well this guy and this guy. And he says he works at Google AdSense. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking this guy actually is using that Google AdSense notation here because that's how they get paid for whatever they're doing. This group has 152 posts in a day, 29,000 members. And I didn't do that for these other ones. 110 posts a day for Hannity Fans Official, 31,000 members. This is a lot of traffic for a group. This one, Sean Hannity Fans, has only 11 new posts today and 11,000 members. So these four groups are pushing content to people. Trump 2020, Sean Hannity Fans Official, and MAGA. Now, if we look at these pages that have this content, let's see how big they are. We've looked at News Donald Trump, and it has 11,000, almost 11,500 people in it. And the kind of content is the same thing, newsdonaldtrumps.com. This page was set up to push people to that site to see the content. And even where it's been reviewed by people who are talking about reviewing Trump, not necessarily reviewing this page. So I don't know that people are clear on the concept of what reviewing means. This is how I found out where their groups are, because this page managed to make this part public, where you could see all the groups that they were involved in. And it's really not anything challenging or thought-provoking. This is reaction posts designed to evoke a reaction out of people. Here's a picture of Nancy Pelosi looking surprised. I mean, this is fodder for what drives people in engagement who are not really interested in deep dives. They're interested in very surface politics. And I can't blame people who are like that. I can't. But there's some damage that's possibly being done here. People are made to believe that arrests are imminent of, say Hillary Clinton or people that worked for her. And they hear this over and over, that there are indictments coming down, that arrests are on their way, that people are dying under suspicious circumstances. And then these are the thoughts that build up in their head. These are the images and the impressions that they get. And it is almost impossible to yank them back out of their heads and confront them with actual factual information about what's going on, because it's been too long. It's simmered in there too long. It gets stuck to the pan and it won't come out. So here we have more News Donald Trumps about Trey Gowdy going after Hillary Clinton and Loretta Lynch. Again, bait. Michelle Obama telling audience she's a sex symbol. And it's the same site over and over again. News Donald Trump's. And this one is news-donaldtrump.com. Is that what the other one was up here? Nope. So there's two sites they're driving people to. But it's fascinating because this is what they're doing and how they're building their audience with all this bait. And you can see it over and over again everywhere. Here's Web Viners. That's another one that might be related to the other one because I've seen it before. And they use things like fake celebrity quotes, as we've said. Clint Eastwood makes massive announcement. Hollywood is the place of traitors and pedophilians. Okay, that's a word I haven't heard before, but okay. And these fake quotes move people because they want to cheer for somebody. They want a hero. They want a champion. And so they pick up on these sort of things. If they find a celebrity, even if it's a fake story of a celebrity who they believe supports a similar position, then they'll jump on that and they will pass that around, and you will not be able to get that impression out of their heads. So we've looked at all this. I mean, really, are we really picking on Jose Altuve? No, let's not do that. Stop. Don't diss my favorite little player. That's just not even funny. I mean, serious. This is what they do to get engagement for people on this page. Hannity Fans Official, it's the same sort of thing, only 6,000 people. Some of these groups have grown to 500,000 or 1 million. Some of these pages are even bigger than that. 3 million in some cases, that just feed people a diet of bait and disgusting clickbait and fake news. But this one is still trying to get off the ground, it looks like. They're still trying to test out the waters here. It's still sharing News Donald Trump, so you'll probably see a lot of the same things from the other page. And they still have the groups here where they post that stuff. Here's a Gene Hackman quote. Again, more baits. And more News Donald Trump stories. So we've got the idea, oh boy, is this little one bait. This guy is the baitiest topic. He is giving the fakers so much ammunition so that they can twist and turn stories just ever so slightly to make it sound like he's even worse than he is. The kid makes my ears and my eyes bleed, but I can't stand it when people make up crap about anybody, even if it's somebody I disagree with. So here we have the Conservative Today page. 969 people. It's not very popular yet. But here we go. Judge reveals Antonin Scalia wiretap bombshell. Media dead silent. Give me a yes if you think Antonin Scalia is no longer with us because he wanted to break up Obama's deep state. All right, hopefully we are back. Let's see, I'm double checking the Facebook page so that I can make sure that I am indeed back live again. Making sure that I have a responsive screen. That everything is doing what I told it to do. Yes, looks like we are back. I am so sorry for the interruption. It looks like we had the lights flicker and the power has been going on and off in this area because of the storms that are running through. Hopefully we are done, but the router's back running and the internet is all interneting and etc. So yes, Antonin Scalia is no longer with us because he wanted to break up Obama's deep state shadow government. I go over these posts because I want you to see the sort of bait people are using to attract attention, to attract traffic, and where it's all coming from. You can see through checking out this feed, it's about mostly prompts to engage. That is all they care about. They don't care about informing people. They're getting soliciting opinion and amens. There's no aha moments here. It's all about, I guess, identifying. And as a person who has started a Tea Party movement in the Houston area, I understand the need to feel as though you're not alone in your thoughts. That there are things that you think and believe that other people share, and that's fine if they're true things. if you're being, I guess, verified and what's that word I'm looking for here? It's, I guess, not verified, but it's a word like that. I can't. Validated. Okay, validated. If you're being invalidated in your incorrect beliefs, that's a bad thing, and we should stop doing that. And you should try not to be validated in your incorrect thinking and your bad ideas. And things that are based on fakery, bad ideas. So here you've seen this page as well. Now let's look at the people behind these pages. We've seen who they are, at least from their pictures. This guy says he lives in Los Angeles and is engaged to Blarina. Okay, so on his wall, we would expect to see pictures of them together, just like that. And the photos that we would see would be of them. But this is a very minimal amount of photos. This guy's not really invested in this profile here. And his likes, these don't seem to be popular. Well, okay, Iggy Azalea, Jennifer Lopez, maybe, but not all of them. They're not all. It's an eclectic group of musicians and whatever. Sports teams, looks like soccer, lots of soccer. Movies, about what you'd expect for some of them, like The Expendables and whatever. Predator, Rambo. TV, apps and games, books, and then we get down to things like reviews, fan page, Albania, football club, things like that. There's no groups to show either. So he's not showing what groups he's a part of, not even the ones that he manages. So we've looked at him, and his wall has pictures, but there's a lot of stuff here that's not English. What would be really helpful to me is to know if this is in fact a different language, like, whatever they speak in Serbia or Macedonia. Whichever it is, that's all that's on this wall. There is zero English on this wall. And if this guy was in LA, you would imagine, if this was his real profile that he was using, that there would be more than just this language, whatever it might be. Okay, so we know he's engaged to Blarina, so let's check out Blarina. Blarina here has some of the same photos that she had, or the same clothes before. They've shared some of the same photos. And there's this photo in Serbia. Yep, Podijeva, Serbia. That is an interesting photo. And then a bunch of other family things. A video, some check-ins, movies, music, TV shows, all this stuff gone. And then groups, Austria, and then Trump groups, supporters, Trump supporters, the deplorables, MAGA, that's the other group, Sean Hannity fans, that's the other group, Trump supporters 2020, that's the other group. So then other groups where they can seed those things, like Vote Trump Only, We Love President Trump, the Trumpers, Tea Party, the American Deplorables, President Donald J. Trump News. So they're probably seeding the content that they're using in their groups into those other groups. I bet you if we looked, we would find that. So we've looked at him, we've looked at Blarina. Now let's look at this guy. This guy with this impossible sounding last name, I cannot even begin. This is the guy that says he works at Google AdSense. Not sure about that. He's from Germany, and he's married to this one. All right, so let's look at his photos. He's got a pretty good collection of photos, same people in them, so this is probably his real profile. There's a whole bunch of them. Doesn't look like anything that's odd or out of place here. But it's not a profile of an English speaker, not necessarily, definitely not as a first language, and definitely not as someone who lives necessarily in the United States. And you would ask, why are people with these foreign names, foreign profiles, foreign comments on their wall be interested in Sean Hannity fans or Trump? Or 2020 MAGA, any of this. why would these guys who live in Serbia be interested in pushing messages in America? Two people looking for validation, confirmation, whatever, about their beliefs about Trump. I don't know. Oh, one of the things I meant to show you on Blurina's page, just to illustrate that he says he's in Los Angeles, but when you look at her wall, she's got check-ins. Oh, where did it go? It was here earlier today. She's got check-ins in Serbia, where they've gone out to a bar or something for New Year's or close to New Year's Eve. So, I mean, even though they might want to pretend to be from America or in America, kind of easy to figure them out if you look hard enough. This one, same last name, different person, probably a brother or something like that. Podijeva, Serbia, lives there. Stories on this guy's wall about Serbia military. Only a few photos and just a family things. But again, things on this wall are not in English. That's just something to point out. Here they are intimately involved in groups pushing information about Trump, about conservative issues, about people conservatives care about, but not one of those moderators is based in or from the United States. Not one. And it's not just that group either. Interestingly, or those groups in that chain, I found this one. This is a group by I Love America, and that's got 1,700 pages. And Trump Train, or not likes, it's 1,700 likes, and Trump Train, which has 16 likes. So this is actually some stuff people are trying to push as well. I Love America and Trump is a pretty new page, it looks like. I bet if we went and looked back at it, it would only be a little bit of history, maybe just this year. And the kind of things they're showing are Trump family photos and Trump photos. And the content is about what you'd expect from those other groups, really baity. And should followers of Sharia law be deported? A whole bunch of people want to weigh in on things like that. And then a cover photo, and that's it. So, I mean, we really don't have any history at all in this page. And they are pushing out content to the President Donald J. Trump, Melania, Ivanka, Tiffany group. Now, that group has a whole bunch of people in it. Where is it? Oh, I have to go to the About tab. I'm sorry. I know better than this. It's got 51,000 people in it, so they're not really even worried about driving a bunch of traffic to their 2 pages. But they've got 310 posts going on, and I bet a whole bunch of them are fake. And then 51,000 people there. And when you look at who they're messaging to, Trump Train image is exactly the same as this moderator's image. Mohammed Farouki. Let's look at this one. Shida Manzoor. Let's see. Samira Bibi lives in Poland. Sadmira Bibi lives in Texas City, Texas. Don't you believe it? Zheng Jianfu works at Not Yet Working and Still Studying. I've seen that before on fake profiles. And Muhammad Rabi and Muhammad Salim. Now, does anything strike you as just weird about all that? These are people from other places. Now, you could make the argument, oh yes, these are all new Americans who want to do great things, who want to support Donald Trump. They're immigrants and they're happy to be here. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm sure that there are people quite well compensated to do this, to do this in this particular in these particular groups. And when you start looking at the groups and the pages and the profiles of the people that are doing this, you can learn a little bit about them. Here's that one that was part of that Trump Train group. Pakistani YouTubers discussion. swamp drainer disciples, okay? The Donald, Melania, Ivanka, Tiffany group, and then promote your pages and groups. S4S, might even be sub for sub. That's typically what that stands for. Dump the Trump, vote Trump only, the American Party Rising. And then more Trump groups, and then just Trump-related groups. Remove Obama, boycott this radical, liberal, illegal alien second term. That group's a piece of work in itself. I can't even tell you. But all of these groups from this person, nothing, not an eclectic group at all. It's almost entirely focused on Trump. So that tells me they're pushing content into those places. And we could probably look at those different groups and see all the places that they've been. So you have, to recap where we've been so far, you have the Trump 2020 group, and run by the same people that run Sean Hannity Fans group, run by the same people who run Sean Hannity Fans official closed group that we can't look at, also run by the same people who run the News Donald Trump group. News Donald Trump group posts content, and all these post content from newsdonaldtrump.com or news-donaldtrump.com. So they've got a website and they're pulling stories there. They might even be just ripping them from other places, other fakers, and throwing them in there. And then it's run by the pages Hannity Fans Official, Conservative Today, and then those are all run by this guy and his girlfriend Blarina and his friend Gazim and Ghani. And it works similarly to groups like President Donald J. Trump, Melania, Ivanka, Tiffany group. These folks are foreign accounts. There's nothing that would be against necessarily Facebook policy for them to be creating these groups and driving traffic like this for those pages. I don't think Facebook would say there's anything technically that they could show that they did that was against policy. But it does make you wonder, what about all the content in the groups that you find when you are looking at, say, Vote Trump Only? What is that content in there? Who is posting it? And I've shown you time and again how many crazy, strange, weird accounts and profiles are posting in these groups. I know for sure CC Martinez is fake because I've talked about her in a video before. CC Martinez has actually been stolen. That profile has been stolen and borrowed, but she's still posting all sorts of things under this name because though I reported the profile, Facebook won't remove it, even though I've told them it's a fake. So I can see if CC's fake and CC is in this group posting something like, can't wait to see this corrupt man in prison, then CC's being paid. Whoever is running the CC account is being paid to push this information. And it doesn't matter to Facebook whether it's positive engagement or negative engagement, whether it's a true thing people are interacting with or people are calling it lies. They're looking at these numbers: 3 shares, 21 impressions, and 12 comments. That's engagement to Facebook. That's what Facebook considers a success in that post. And that's what tells people in their feeds, oh, show me more of this, because it's very, very well engaged with. And you can see over and over again the fake profiles that are posting here, the strange stuff that gets in here. Somebody is paying good money to push this information into the hands and the brains of people who go to these groups, who belong to these groups because they agree. They agree with the type of sentiments that are there. It also makes me wonder, who is it that's that's creating or crafting these messages? Who is it that is pushing them out as this is what we need? Is it based on what? Based on how much bait that it is, how much engagement that it can generate for them? Should Trump eliminate welfare for illegal immigrants? Here is what 62% of Americans think. Nobody has to read that article in order to engage with it. Look right here. Yes, now, yes, and maybe freeloaders wouldn't come. Yes, you bet, yes. This is all they're after, is just comments like that. Just some engagement so that they can continue to push this stuff out, grow their group, grow their influence. Why, you might ask? Well, several reasons. These pages can actually get somebody to buy them when they're big enough. You get a page that has 50,000, 100,000. That's where your AdSense thing comes in, because folks in those profiles with AdSense down there, those profiles will go, those people will go and offer those groups for sale when they're big enough. The people who are members of that group, they don't care. They don't know. A lot of people who see these things in their feed, they don't even see them in their feed as from being from a group. They don't pay attention to that. They just see stuff in their feed and they interact with it. It's not as though they go to these groups necessarily to engage. It just comes to them now because they've signed up and they're in their feed. It's interesting. Another thing we keep noticing with all these fakes is this funky punctuation and weird language. Democrats aren't branding themselves as anti-Trump. They are branding himself as anti-Americans, space question mark, share if you agree, space question mark. And this funky orphaned comma there. This is what you get. This is what you get. And nobody's able to see it. But I would guarantee you Stella is a fake profile. Let's take a look. Just a few pictures of a person could have been lifted from a profile, and a bunch of things like this just to be snuck in as a profile to make people identify and say, hey, that's a safe person to interact with. But then we've got a Pakistani flag, I think, there, and likes, have some Bollywood in there, conservative family, conservative lady, Patriot Network, boycott liberal media. Again, conservative. And then we get down here to sites in other languages, free dating site online, Save the Girl's Child, cricket, Bangladesh. Do I have to say that Stella probably doesn't appear to be someone who would be interested in all those things? And yet, here we are. This is what Stella's after. And I've run across these time and again. I cannot tell you how many times. Rowdy Republican is one of the pages that I believe pays people to go spread their comment. And look how successful it has been for them. Is it not going to show how many likes it has? Do I have to go to the page to see how many likes it has? Apparently I do. And it's showing 2,500. That's not a very big page, but it's a nest of a whole bunch of craziness, I bet. Let's see. Let's look in this feed. Rowdy Republican, a Franklin Graham quote with a lot of interaction. Conservative Report video that they've taken and posted here as their own. Let's see. More videos. This is another thing, this trend of videos. It shows more engagement because the view count, even if you're only there for a second, will be very high. And sharing it continues to multiply those. So, yep, Rowdy Republican is paying for traffic, trying to get people in there, and they're using fake profiles like Stella to do it. This is why anything, almost anything that comes from anybody you don't know well on Facebook, you can pretty much guarantee that it's not real. Somebody with an agenda is pushing it. And the people that are in my audience, the people that watch and pay attention to Unfakery, are not the people who are in need of this. They're not the people who are worried about these things or running up against fakery all the time. It's the people that they know that are, aunts or cousins or coworkers. Those are the folks who need this information. I can't reach those people. It's only through the audience and the sharing that you do of the content that we produce here at Unfakery that we can get this in the hands of people who are in those groups, who participate. There's 37,000 people in Vote Trump Only, the American Party Rising, and unless I join that group and post my content there, which I'll probably get banned for doing, but I may do it, unless I do that, I can't reach them. I can't say fake, 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 this is fake. And even if I did, a lot of them wouldn't believe me. This deplorables group has almost 500,000 people in it. I don't even know what kind of fakery is in there, but we can look and see if there's any huge amount of traffic. Let's see, does it show? Oh, it does not show. It doesn't even show who the admins are. That's fascinating. But Emily, I'm going to tell you straight up, that one's fake. I don't even have to look. I'm going to, but I don't even have to. I've done this so often now, I can tell you. So, works at Successful Stay-at-Home Moms from Genoa, Wisconsin. I'm gonna say probably not. Where's the photos? Look at her photos. Same person, a cute bunch of pictures, but nothing else to show. Nothing else. No groups, nothing. Just videos and then whatever's on her wall. And what's on her wall happens to be things that are posted in groups. So she's got a David Hogg post. She's got a couple of days ago, do you want to see them in prison? That's pretty baity. She shares something from Florence Smith. Let's see. And then some photos. Beautiful family. Some cute little comments there. Let's see. This is from Trump 2020. Isn't that something? A different Trump 2020 group. And just pictures of family. That's it. And comments in other languages. Very interesting. So, I mean, I'm sure Emily is fake. Absolutely sure. Now, reporting it to Facebook, will that do any good? I don't know. But you know what I'm going to do? I am going to report it right here while we're on report, just to show you how it goes. What would you like to do? Report this profile. What's going on? This is a fake account. Continue. What do I want to do about it? Submit it to Facebook for review. I am certain this is a fake account. Facebook will get back to me and tell me in my notifications. And I will add comments to this video to let you know if they did indeed. I'm going to leave that one up so that I can go ahead and catch it in my spreadsheet. But so, again, Trump Supporters 2020, these guys making these groups, getting people to engage with their content based on the clickbaitiest things they could find on a site that they're running, newsdonaldtrumps.com, and all of them, all of the moderators, all of the people that are running the posts, running the pages, are from other countries, living in other countries, and trying to mine people's attention for AdSense dollars. That's what we've got here. That's what we're looking at. A whole bunch of foreign groups. And I've shown you it's not just this one. There's that other one, where is it? The President Donald J. Trump, Melania, Ivanka, Tiffany group. That's a mouthful. I've found fakery in there before as well. And again, all the moderators are from somewhere else or with names that are not necessarily Anglo. You would imagine, okay, we could have a group with the occasional Muhammad or Shaida or Samira, but every name like that, absolutely no Anglo names, that's suspicious. You can say that I'm, again, bigoted in some way, but I'm just showing you the patterns here. You can draw the same conclusions that I do, or you can draw different conclusions. It's up to you. But these are the kind of things, if we show people, I think we can show that they should be suspicious. They should be suspicious of what they're seeing and who they're interacting with. It's not enough to just say, oh, well, I'm going to ignore the fakery. It's not anything I can do anything about, because it just gets worse. If you ignore it and you're one who knows that it's not true, you might say, well, I'm just not going to get into an argument. But you really should be able to at least use Unfakery as the bad guy and ask, have you looked into who is the administrators in that group that you're looking at, or in that page that you're on, or in that page you're sharing content from? Who are those people? Are they people who live here in the United States and are invested in the kind of messaging that's going out? Or are they people who are making $1 off of you while they go hang out in the bar in Podjeva in Serbia? Is that what it's about? If people knew the amount of foreign influences that are pushing messages at them on Facebook, I think they'd be highly suspicious. And they'd wonder why that messaging was being pushed at them, why that particular messaging. This one's pretty innocuous. What rating would you give Trump's first year? Big deal, but it's got 48 reactions and 7 shares. That's some interaction there. That's great. And you have messages like, Democrats will stop these people's paychecks to protect illegal people like this. Let that sink in. Is that a helpful message at all? Well, it might be if you're trying to polarize people. I think Democrats would probably characterize this a little bit differently, I'm certain. And maybe it benefits Republicans to have people thinking like this. But these are complex issues. The budget's a complex issue. Immigration is a complex issue. And when we reduce it to things like this, there's not a lot of discussion to be had. And I know some people say, yeah, the time for discussion is over and you just have to win. But policy is important. And getting enough people to agree with you to implement that policy is a really good strategy. And I don't think we should give up on that yet. But regardless, why these messages coming from folks who are from Serbia, from Macedonia? We know there are fake news farms and fake website farms that are out there that are showing people all kind of weird fake content, and they're getting paid to do it. Some of it they even steal from satire sites. And, they're making money, and you understand that. But we've seen it in, Americans doing it and making a pretty good dollar. But there are Macedonian click farms. There really are. There are real Russian trolls that are really going through Facebook and other platforms, and especially Twitter, and posting messages and getting people's interaction and engagement. Why? Somebody's making money. It's profitable for somebody to do it. And it's profitable for somebody to be dividing us and trying to keep people from talking to folks on the other side. It's profitable to keep people apart. It really is. And so when you look at all this, I just want you to think, who's behind the messages that you're seeing? I've already shown you so many people from so many other places that are doing this kind of work and posting this kind of content. And we should start bringing it up with people. Do you know where that came from? Who's the profile that you are posting that from? What are they like? Where are they from? If we could just make people a little bit more skeptical at a time, I'd be all for it. I would be so happy. It's just so difficult to do. I don't know what else to do but to show people what I've been seeing all the time in looking at these things. Here, just bait after bait, engagement after engagement for no end, just to get people to click on sites to make them money, regardless of the damage that's done anywhere else. Well, it's almost been an hour, even with the little break that we had from the power. So I won't keep anybody any longer, but I did want to show people how I found this nest of fakers and foreign accounts that are pushing content out there. And if this is not a problem that you have, if you don't fall for this stuff, if you are not somebody who's getting these messages pushed into your feed, look around for people that you know who are. They might be people that you've muted because they're sharing stuff that's fake or stuff that you just don't agree with. Look around. If there are videos that we have at Unfakery that can help them be more skeptical about information that they have online, share them with them. That's what I'm creating those things for. Resources that you can use to reach the people I'll never be able to reach. This is a labor of love, I'm telling you. I really want people to be more skeptical of information. I am tired of fake news creating huge problems in this country. Problems that we will have a devil of a time correcting. I don't know what else to do but what I'm doing, and that is to show you what I see and put it in a form that you can use to help other people. So all the contact information, if you want to know how to follow us, we'll put the links at the end of this video. I'll put the links after in the comments, and you can find them there. Facebook, here obviously at Facebook /unfakery, facebook.com/unfakery. On Twitter, same thing, twitter.com/unfakery. On YouTube, it's Something Fishy channel, and we are not quite ambitious enough yet to do Instagram, but maybe someday we will. Anyway, I appreciate your time and for you taking a trip with us through the troll hunt for these foreign accounts. Serbia is coming for us, apparently. So keep an eye out. If you ever have any questions, any fakery that you want me to check out or you want us to investigate, if you have profiles you're interested in that you're concerned about or messaging that's going out that doesn't look right, send it to Unfakery. We will look into everything that we can that you send our way. That is what we are trying to do. We're not going to be able to unfake the whole internet, but we are sure as hell going to try. So thanks again, everybody, for being with us. I appreciate you having shown up today and watching the troll hunt. We are going to do these hopefully every Wednesday just to give you an opportunity to see the kind of fakery that's out there, report some accounts that shouldn't be active, and give updates on those. Join us next time, and maybe we'll catch us some more trolls. Thanks so much.